What's up everyone? I'm Chelsea Dinan. Welcome back to my channel. I used to be a night owl. Yes, despite my love for early mornings and having my morning routine that you guys know by now I love and I look forward to, I actually used to be a night owl. Now I will admit that I am one of those people who can kind of be a night owl and a morning person, which is really weird, but I definitely prefer the morning. If you've been following me over on Instagram at Chelsea Dinan, then maybe you've been taking part in one of my morning routine challenges, or maybe you're completely new here. And so today I wanted to give you the tips and tricks that I have tried to help myself go to sleep earlier so that I can wake up earlier. Because if you want to wake up early, guess what guys, you gotta go to bed earlier. That's just how it works. There's no way around it. So if you want to start waking up at 5 a.m. but you've been going to bed at 11 p.m. or midnight or maybe even later, then you're gonna have to shift some things around. You're gonna have to be a little bit more strict with yourself in order to start going to sleep earlier. In fact, you may have to cut some things out of your schedule altogether. The truth is, we actually end up procrastinating going to sleep and finding other less important things to do in the meantime. I know I'm completely guilty of it. I think, oh, well, maybe I'll just check a couple things off of my to-do list. Maybe I'll throw in a late night load of laundry. But here's the thing, if you're not consciously choosing to go to bed earlier, you will subconsciously find other less important things to do instead. So number one, make going to sleep earlier a priority in your life. Number two, and this was a real game changer for me, reverse engineer your night. So what I mean by this is first figure out when you want to actually be getting into bed. From there, you can create your plan or your schedule for the night. So once you know what time you want to be going to bed, then you can figure out what time you need to start getting ready for bed and brushing your teeth and washing your face, what time you want to do your nightly routine if you have one, and then continue moving from there, what time you need to sit down at the table to eat dinner, what time you need to start preparing dinner, what time you need to finish work or leave work. Like I said, this was a really big game changer for me because before I was really making a conscious effort of going to bed by a certain time. I was just saying, and I'm sure we've all said this before, I was just saying, I want to start going to sleep earlier. I didn't have a specific time that I wanted to be in bed, so the rest of my night was not strategically planned in order to be in bed by that time. I was finishing work whenever I would finish work, and I was making dinner way too late, and everything compiled, and sleep was not a priority. I was procrastinating by doing other things, letting other things take longer than they really needed to. So reverse engineer your evening. The next tip that I recommend is to gradually begin going to bed earlier. I'm kind of an all or nothing person, so sometimes I just go big or go home and decide I am going to start waking up at the crack of dawn tomorrow, but I don't really have a plan on how to do it. So what I recommend is to gradually begin going to bed earlier. I'd recommend going to bed maybe 15 minutes earlier every evening, perhaps 30 minutes feels better for you. Gradually work your way up to the desired time that you will start going to bed. My fourth tip is to be aware of the time. Nowadays, because we have things like Netflix and podcasts to listen to, we can get really caught up in saying just one more episode, instead of traditional TV that you know your show is going to be going off at 9 p.m. on the dot and you can go to bed after that. So really try to be aware of the time. It's easy to get lost in whatever you're doing or to say I want to answer one more email, and as we all know, one email becomes 5 emails. Because without a really good measure of how much time we're spending on each of these activities, so Netflix, for example, if you just keep watching one episode after the other, it's really easy to get caught up and to let time slip away, so be aware of the time. Number 5, this is a big one nowadays, and again, kind of going off of that last one. No technology at least 1 hour before bedtime. I feel kind of like I'm a parent telling you no technology before bedtime. There are so many reasons for this. I will quickly list a few. Number 1, don't watch distressing TV shows before bed. So no Breaking Bad reruns or all of those zombie shows people like to watch. The next reason is blue light exposure. So blue light is the light that our iPads, our iPhones, the TV, that they are emitting. And the problem with that is that blue light suppresses the melatonin production in our body, and melatonin is the hormone that our body uses to set our internal clock. So as I'm sure you can guess, that really messes with our circadian rhythm. Here's what you can do if you absolutely have to be in front of that laptop closer to bedtime. Now, most of this, again, we want to think about the way things naturally were. So this all begins at sundown. At sunset is when our bodies naturally begin to adjust. So at sunset, some people like to wear blue blocker sunglasses. You can look those up. Maybe I'll pop a link down below. Get some of those if you want to sit in front of your computer and look really snazzy and wear those. They block out that blue light. Another option, iPhones now have a really cool feature where at a certain time you can set your phone and you will see the screen become a warmer tone. It changes the temperature of your screen to, again, get rid of that blue light. The last thing I recommend, I've been using this for years now, it is an app. I have it on my MacBook. I think you might also be able to get it on your phone. It is called Flux. I will pop a link down below for that as well. And again, it does the same thing where it changes the temperature of your screen. Last thing about technology, I find it really helpful to set a certain time every night that I'm going to stop reading and replying to text messages and checking my emails, because I've often felt that feeling if someone texts me when I'm starting to get ready for bed. I feel like I have to finish the conversation, and it's just never a good feeling to go to bed with unfinished business. So try to set those boundaries and stick to them. Number 6 is to set an evening routine that relaxes you, where you're not going to have a bunch of things disturbing you or stimulating you or distracting you. So you can light candles and take a bath, or read a light book. Again, something that's not going to really trigger you right before bed, so a lighthearted read. Or perhaps a short evening yoga session, meditation, maybe you like to have some chamomile tea. Set a routine that helps you de-stress and unwind and get ready for sleep. Number 7, cut out caffeine, alcohol, sugar, and strenuous exercise before bed. These each mess with different functions of our body and really keep us from reaching optimal sleep. In fact, they may even make it more difficult for us to fall asleep in general, so just stay away. Number 8 is to really set the environment for sleep. So turn off those electronics, turn off any bright lights, close any blinds or curtains, get out your cozy blanket. If you want to light some candles before bed, or you have a soft ambient light that you like to use, I love my Himalayan salt lamp. Turn on some peaceful ambient music, or perhaps you have one of those white noise apps or nature sounds, or maybe you like to listen to a guided meditation for sleep. So set the environment to relax and calm you before bed. And last but not least, just one more reminder, prioritize your sleep. I took it for granted for so many years. I was one of those people that said, I don't need sleep. I can function on very little sleep. And now that I'm seeing how productive I am in the morning, I want to go to bed earlier because I see the change. We think that we can continue to add things onto our day to help us feel more productive, but it's generally not the case. It's easy to go out with friends and stay out past your bedtime, completely lose track of time. Be deliberate. Prioritize your sleep. Yes, this means making sacrifices. So maybe you have to say no to those late night plans, or you have to head home earlier, or you have to commit to really only watching just that one episode. Maybe you want to move your TV out of your bedroom, which I highly recommend. I've never had my TV in my room, and I even have the rule of not bringing my laptop into my room. So set some boundaries with yourself and stick to them. You will have to shift some things around to make those sacrifices, but your sleep, your productivity, and your health all depend on them. I like to think that the more people that are inspired and motivated to begin waking up earlier are also all going to be going to bed earlier, and so it's just a cool thing to think about all the other people out there that are trying to make these changes in their life. It's not just you, you're not alone. The sacrifices are worth it. Keep going, keep trying. Don't give up. Give this some time. Not just a week. Give it a month and really try to stick to that commitment. I hope this was helpful. If it was, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, because I would love to see you back here next time. And leave a comment if you are going to try some of these down below. I'd love to hear which of these you're going to try. Maybe you're going to try all of them. And if you're not already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram, because I'm always sharing more of my own tips and tricks over there for mindset, productivity, success, fulfillment. I will see you over there. You can find me at Chelsea Dinan. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you guys next time.